Hello guys, and welcome to Go Unequipped. Today's subject is knives. Anyone that's previously watched the channel knows that I love a modern folding knife. The likes of Spyderco, Twisted Assisted, Nafs and Civivi to name but a few. But one thing I noticed that was missing from my little collection was a gentleman's knife. I've had one previously with that you could class in that sort of zone from Otter, but I wanted something that was sort of my ultimate gentleman's knife, so I set myself a few parameters. Number one, I wanted something that was from a company that was 50 years or older, had a bit of heritage and history behind it. Number two, I wanted something that was handmade, something with a bit more elegance and workmanship. Number three, I wanted something that was non-threatening. Number four, I wanted something that was used sort of more natural materials. And number five, being UK legal. After all, a gentleman would never break the law. Right, this is what I've come up with. Something from Taylor's Eyewitness, Sheffield. Sheffield, of course, being renowned for sort of British traditional made sort of knives. And this is from the Taylor's Eyewitness Premier Collection. A much more sort of, I suppose, premium part of their business. Okay then, onto the inside. First of all, we've got a little leaflet there, which inside tells you that the company was started in 1838 by John Taylor, and this actual knife was made by Andrew Smith. The leaflet just contains basically how to care for your knife and just tells you history of the company basically and how long it's been going for, blah blah blah. Onto the inside, you had this little piece of brown paper covering the knife, and it was actually wrapped in this sort of thin sort of plastic just to protect it. So what have we got? We've got a closed length of 3.5 inches. We've got an open length of 6.25 inches, and we've got a blade length of 2.5 inches. Now I'm pretty sure the 2.5 inches stated was just the actual blade length, but if for whatever reason you were to be stopped by a policeman, the actual length from the bolster to the tip, just in case, was under that 3-inch limit, so it's UK legal, which was one of the sort of parameters that I've set myself. Now, you've got this 14C 28N Sandvik, it says Martinistic steel, okay, which has been mirror polished, now has my sort of grubby fingerprints all over it. You've got this handle material. This is Amboina burl. This particular wood, as far as I know, comes from Ambon Island in Indonesia. And there were some other places in Southeast Asia where this originates, and I think you'll agree, it's a wonderful looking material. Now, onto the back spring. The back spring is actually hand filed, which looks fantastic in my opinion. When I first got this knife, I thought there was some defect with the spine. It was only after having a really good look at it, well, not that good, it's pretty simple to see really, but a bit more of a look at it, only to realise that it actually that the pattern had been continued onto the back of the spine of the blade, which for me just adds that extra touch of elegance in my opinion. You've got, I believe they're stainless steel pins. They could be nickel silver. I wasn't actually able to find any information on the old interweb about these, what material they're actually made of. The liners, as far as I know, they are stainless steel. There are quite a few sort of Taylor's Eyewitness knives with the brass liners, which I think also look quite nice. But in this, with this particular blade shape, I couldn't find that. I think this suits it better anyway, in my opinion. Like I say, the reason I went for the Lambfoot blade, it's one of my sort of most used. It's got a good history, the heritage factor, and I feel that it's a lot more friendly looking, if you like, as opposed to like a clip point, or some other blade shapes. Like I say, I don't think you'd find too many people that be alarmed with this. Just the look of the wood itself, it looks like something that would be carried by someone who's sort of more responsible, and something your grandfather might have carried, maybe, you know what I mean. What else can I say? You've got the Taylor's Eyewitness logo just here. Hopefully you can pick that up. On this one in particular, it just says Witness Sheffield, and it's got the sort of all-seeing eye Taylor's Eyewitness logo. You can really pick up again the mirrored sort of polish there as well on the blade. I don't think the screen sort of does this justice as always with the internet. When you see it in real life, it really is a thing of beauty, in my opinion. Now, one thing I will say, this hand craftsmanship does come at a bit of a price. This one cost me around £210. So I've sold a family member and purchased this. But yeah, as I appreciate, not everyone will be sort of willing to pay this sort of price for a pocket knife, but I think if you're going to have sort of one or two pocket knives, as a lot of people do, not really big into collecting, but if you want something that's going to last you a long time, this is much more of a sort of investment piece, if you like, and it really is worth the money, in my opinion. Finally, the nail nick, pretty standard nail nick. I will say, when you open this up, there is a bit of a strong pull on there, not quite as strong as an Arthur Wright knife, but if you have any sort of health problems, maybe have trouble opening sort of jars or stuff like this, this might not be the sort of knife you want to be looking at. If you're looking for something with a more traditional sort of look, Joseph Rogers might be something you might wish to go for more. I would say avoid Taylor's Eyewitness knife, well, particularly this one, and maybe the Arthur Wright knife. The Joseph Rogers seem a lot more easy to open. The plus point about this is, once this is open, although obviously you're not allowed locking knives in the UK, with this being a non-locking knife, it really is quite difficult to close this on yourself, especially with one hand. So from a safety standpoint, this may be a good thing. Like I say, it's not overly hard to pull open, but there is a fair bit of resistance there, you know what I mean. I've seen others sort of give the pull ratings out of 10, and I'd probably rate this about a sort of 7 or 8 maybe. What else can I say? It's a wonderful object, in my opinion, and yeah, can't go far wrong. Now, finally, before I go, I will say that I will be showing other videos with much more sort of budget friendly, sort of traditional looking knives, so stay tuned for those if you're into that, and hopefully I'll see you then. So until next time, take care of yourselves, guys, and keep going equipped as always.